Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 3, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. Man, I promise you, man. Bro said, man, he told Sean gonna have to bring the pack. So I'm like, Sean gonna have to bring the pack. First of all, y'all gotta understand, like, Sussex 2 is different from Lawrenceville when I be discussing the visiting room type of activities and getting to work to the visiting room now. They have been dudes that I have ran across, and it's dudes always that's going to be trying to try their hand in Sussex 2. Now, first of all, you got to be an expert. Your girl has to be an expert, and you got to be a magician trying to get it back from the people. You know what I mean? Like, it takes that because it ain't like Lawrenceville when you got somewhere to go put yourself together. You know what I mean? Like, no, you got to be a magician at the table. You got to be one of those type of dudes. So majority of people that have brought the package back, a lot of them been the swallow game. You know what I mean? They'll swallow the balloons because the peoples can just come to the table, put the balloons in a chip bag or any food or something like that. And that's dangerous. But that's the chances that people take with that. You know what I mean? So when he tell me Sean, I'm saying in my head, Sean don't even look like a get money type of dude. Sean don't even look like a dude that can even run this place. So I'm trying to figure out how can Sean be the one that's going to bring this package back. So I'm like, yo, bro, Sean ain't gonna be able to do it. He was like, man, listen, man. They said his sister can't get on his visiting list. He said Sean gotta bring that pack for the homies. Period, man. He was like, if Sean still wanna be homie, he gotta bring the pack for his homies, bro. So I'm like, man, that's crazy. I was like, what his sister say? He was like, man, sister, I don't know. He was like, I don't know what his sister say. He was like, man, but for real, like Light said, that's just got to be the place. So I'm like, man, that's wild. I'm like, that's crazy right there. I ain't even lie. So count clear. The doors open up. I come out. I look. Everybody out. Everybody moving around. I come straight down the steps. When I come straight down the steps, I look at Light. He called Sean. He on the phone. He like, hey, come here. He called Sean over to the phone. They over by the payphone. You know what I mean? I lose track of them. I stop thinking. You know what I mean? I go over here, start doing something else. So everybody in the pod chilling. They got quiet for a minute. Then that's all you hear. Hey, what you mean? I look. And they Light was on the phone like this. What you mean? What you mean? Yeah. Man, look, man, I ain't gonna argue with you. Like, I never heard him this loud, putting his business on blast, but like, he's on the wall phone. Now, I'm not saying he's talking about work, but whatever he's talking about, man, it ain't supposed to be that loud. Or you're supposed to be discussing this on the prison phone. He like, what you mean? What you mean? Sean right there. They talking to Sean's sister like this. What you mean? What you mean? Sean standing like. He like, look, man. Hey, look. He put the phone down. He was like, look, man, you better talk to your sister, man. Here, man. He gave bro the phone. Sean was like, talk to your sister. Sean got on the phone. He started using the phone. I looked like backed up to the table. His homies was right there at the table. He sat down at the table like, watching. He was just watching him on the jack. The homies just started coming around. Hey, what's up, homie? Yeah. He like, oh, I guess he explaining to them what's going on. Like, yeah, get that. You know what I mean? Something gotta give. Something gotta give. This how I'm feeling. This how I'm thinking with Light saying. You know what I mean? Like, something gotta give. Something gotta give. Something gotta give. So he mad. Bro on the phone. Bro on the trunk. The trunk must have hung up. He would call Light. Light walked back over there. He was like, what's up? He was like, man, he say something to Light. Light was like, grab the phone back. He was like, Bro was like, he got back on the jack, Light backed up. Light was like, I'm telling you, man, if he don't get that happen, man, he's out. Man, we gonna beat him up. He gotta get out this pod. Straight up. I ain't never seen Light act like this. Man, I ain't never seen bro act like this, man. Like, bro just, like, he's out of his mind. But I'm telling you, the sack will do that to you, man. The package pause. Getting that work, Man, that joint will do it to you, man. Right now, the only thing on bro mind, man, is making it through the V room with that package game, y'all. So boom. That's the only thing he's thinking about. He's not thinking about nothing else. He right there, bro, on the phone. I'm talking to his sister. He get off the jump. He's like, hey, she want to talk to you. Like about that jump. He's like, what's up? You ready to act like you got some sense? I ain't got time for this, man. I got time to do. I don't got time for this. Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna happen to him, man. Look, just tighten up, man. I'm like, these dudes on the wall phone with all this information, all this stuff going on. I'm like, everybody looking at them like, yo, they wild. But I'm telling you, man, when it comes to getting money in penitentiary, man, dudes don't see nothing but green sometimes, y'all. So boom. Like, serious about this activity. He's extra serious, man. Lighting the phone. They hang up. He catch Sean. Come on. They start walking laps. Sean start walking laps around the pod. Walking laps around the pod. Walking laps around the pod. Hey, I'm like, it's crazy, man. I'm like, this is wild, man. This is wild. Light was in 2 building with me when I was getting the package, but he probably thought I was getting the package, but I wasn't getting the package. Pause. Like, I was getting, somebody was bringing it back. You know what I mean? And I was splitting it with somebody. So, like, he probably thought that because I always had it, that I was the one doing it, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? So as they walking laps, me and my homeboy standing like by cell 15, we like kind of by the steps a little bit. We like right there posted up, which is not far from lighting them cells. So we like right there. Him and bro been spinning laps the whole time. They spinning laps, spinning laps, spinning laps, spinning laps. He come back, he get close to me, and he like, hey, Weezy, let me holler at you right quick. I'm like, what's up? He looked at my homeboy, he was like, hey, partner, I was like, what's up? I moved off to the side, that was good. Sean walked up, I looked at Sean like, what are you walking up for? He was like, hey. I'm like, look, I know you be coming back from the VI, right? And I ain't trying to be in your business, but I need you to tell little bro how to do it, man, if he can do it. I'm like, I looked at Sean, Sean was like, he had the dumb look in his face, like, he was like, I said, look, I never brought the jump back from the VI, bro. I said, you might have thought I would. I said, you talk about 2 building, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, nah, I ain't never do it, bro. I said, somebody used to do it. I said, the way he used to do it, he was a magician. I said, he didn't even swallow. He would cheat game. And I said, he was a magician, bro. I don't even know how he did it. Don't get me to lie. I said, other than that, I said, I'll go with the balloon game. Get your peoples to balloon it up. You know what I mean? I said, a zip probably like 5, 6 balloons. You got to compress it. You got to flatten it. You got to shred it. You got to break it down good, stuff the balloons. I said, that might be the easiest way right there. He was like, yeah, I'm putting it together right now with his sister. I'm putting it together right now with his sister. He was like, well, look, dude, school and Weezy, man. I'm like, bro, I told you, like, nah, this is what you know, just the knowledge of it. He was like, I got to get back on the phone real quick. I got to go apologize to his sister, man. I snapped on her, man. I'm about to go holler at you. Hey, man, holler at Weezy, man. I'm like, he just left Sean. Well, I'm like, so Sean right there, Sean was like, he walked off, bro, went to the phone. So my homeboy was kind of right there. He can slightly hear what me and Sean talking about, but we wasn't saying nothing at the moment. But Sean was just like, he waited till he seen when he started hearing the noise on the phone. He was like, I said, bro, you sure you ready to do that, bro? He was like, nah. I was like, what you mean, nah? He was like, man, I'm scared. I was like, what you, bro? You trying to tell me you not scared enough to join an organization, but you scared to bring the package back? That's what you telling me? He was like, I just ain't good at that type of things. We like, when I was young, I got caught stealing. When I was an adult, I got caught stealing. I'm not a good thief. I can't go in the V room and try to steal that package in here, man. I was like, you ain't stealing it, bro. I'll show you. Like, but I gotta be sneaky. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that, Weezy, man. So I said, so bro, why are you signing up for this then? He said, cuz, bro, he gonna beat me up and kick me out. I was like, hey, bro, you wildin', man. He said, the man told me he gonna get a bride to go to my sister's job and beat her up, man, if I don't do this, man. I said, told you that. Light is a rotten, dirty, crazy vato. But I like that, though. I like that, y'all. So, boom. But just hearing that type of, I'm going to get your sister beat up. You getting kicked out. It was like the walls was closing in on Sean. But this is what he asked for. Like I be telling y'all in the beginning, sometimes people sign up for this type of stuff and they ask for this type of things, man. Don't cry about it now. I said, so, bro, I said, listen, bro. I said, so your best bet is this, bro. I said, your best bet is telling your sister put it in a balloon. He was like, but I got to swallow it, dude. I said, yeah, you gonna have to swallow. He said, man, I ain't never did that, man. He said, man, what is it gonna be like this big? I said, no. I said, like this big, bro. He was like, how am I gonna swallow that? I said, I don't know. What you want me to do? I'm not the sack authority, bro. I don't know about bringing the package back dictionary game, bro. I said, bro, it happens on a whim. I said, it happens just on luck, bro. I said, like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, it ain't, you know what I mean? It ain't like that, man. What are you doing, bro? He was like, nah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna have to get it then. That's what I'm gonna have to do. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I said, bro, listen, I ain't finna talk you to death, bro, but I'm letting you know now, bro. Like, if you don't want to do this joint, I said, bro, you might as well just take your lick, bro. I said, man, you took a lick to get in. I said, you might as well take your lick to get out, bro. I said, cause listen, I said, don't go back and tell Light this. He's like, what? I said, you gonna tell Light? He said, nah. I said, look. I said, bro, if you get in trouble, you gonna be in trouble, and your sister gonna be in trouble, bro. He was like, I know, bro, but I kind of feel like I'm responsible in a sense, recently. I'm just mad that my sister involved. I said, bro, you involved your sister by putting her up for collateral, bro, to join the members, bro. He was like, I'm saying, bro, like, he liked it, bro, so like it just made sense. I'm like, bro, you ain't nothing, bro. I look down like, bro, you ain't nothing, bro. Like, real talk. Like, I felt bad for him, man. But at the same time, I wanted to smack the taste out of his mouth, y'all. So, boom. I said, man, conversation over, man. I'm going to holler at you, man. I gave him the Denzel. I'm out of here, bro. How much advice you want, bro? You can't get so much advice. I slid on him, y'all. I got all this weight, man, because I'm like, I ain't really, you know what I mean? Like, what you saying, bro? The game is to be sold, not be told anyway, bro. You got me talking to a cream puff about visitation stuff. You know what I mean? So Light was on the phone, so Light hang up with him. Light hang up on the phone, Light put up on me. Hey, Weezy, I'm like, what's up? He's like, you talk to him? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what he say? I'm like, bro, he's saying he ready, bro. Like, I ain't even want to tell him the whole convo. You know what I mean? I ain't want to tell him that bro super scared. Bro feeling like he in the box. He feeling like he trapped. He getting threatened to do this stuff. You know what I mean? But he signed up for this stuff right here, man. He signed up for this type of activity, man. So like, I ain't even tell bro all that. I was like, bro, he saying he ready, bro. He was like, yeah, look, man. He was like, I was just telling his sister, man. He's like, we gonna go with the balloon jump. So I was just telling his sister how to, you know what I mean, put it together, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So I'm like, man, I was like, bro, I hope it worked. I was like, where you going? He was like, I'm supposed to be going probably this weekend. He said he's supposed to be going probably this weekend. I'm like, man, I hope it go through, bro. I was like, man, bro should do it. If he can swallow. He said, man, I said, man, but he did say he was scared to swallow. He was like, nah, he gonna swallow it. Yeah, he gonna swallow it. He better swallow it. Yeah, he better swallow it. I'm like, man, jump crazy, man. So he was like, nah, like, that's just, you know, like, that's just what it is, though, bro. Like, I'm trying to put this play together. He's like, Weezy, if I get it, though, I'm gonna look out for you. You know that? I said, oh, yeah, you good, bro. You know what I mean? That's a lot, you know what I mean? So he was like, man, yeah, bro. So I'm like, yo, for real, bro. And my last words to Light, I'm like, yo, look, for real, bro. I said, man, that investigator dude is a psycho, man, especially on the red team, man. I said, man, be very careful about who you telling your business to with this stuff, man. He was like, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? But he gonna do it, though. His sister already with it. I done told him this is what the play is. I'm like, man, all right. Weekend roll around game. When the weekend roll around, I looked up. I seen him call Sean in the visiting room. I seen my celly come stand on the tail. My celly was like, and so, bro, go to VI. Bro, come back from VI. He was gone probably about an hour and change to come back from VI. As soon as he come back from VI, he go to his cell. He was in his cell for a second, then he looked up, he seen Light and them. Light them was sitting at the table. Light was at his door. Next thing you know, they got his door back open and they shooting over by Light set. So they get the Light set in that joint, man. This word, they got him in there. The pod kind of quiet because it's like everybody was outside rec. He come back while everybody was out there. So we all in the pod. Jump kind of quiet in there. My word, all you hear is, pause. That's all you heard. I was like, everybody like. So it went on for a minute. The next thing you know, the cut come down. Cut come down. Next thing you know, you see the red team everywhere. Dudes from the other pods, red team coming from everywhere. Hey, Light! Everybody calling Light. Light, come out. Yo, what's good? He see me. He was like, hey, Weezy. He dapped me up. I was like, what's this? He was like, it's a spoon. I was like, oh, I appreciate you, bro. He was like, yeah, he's like, got that too. You looking for solid. So the red team moving around, y'all. The red team slanging and banging, y'all. So boom. I look over at Sean. Sean is looking all pitiful, like he just threw his guts up. He look like he's still in recovery mode. He moving around. But Light got what he wished. Light got the package, man. Light got the work now. So Light moving around. You know what I mean? Light done threatened the man to bring the package, man. You know what I mean? So Light moving around. So I'll say the first goal of Light getting this package, man, and the red team getting a chance to finally feel how it feels to win. Like it was crazy, man. Like it was different in a way that kind of like I saw it from them and I was happy to see that for them. I was happy to see Light at the door. I was happy to see Light outside rec. Everybody calling him. They got net bags with cigarettes and all type of stuff flying over the gate. You know what I mean? I was happy to see that from them dudes, man, because I wanted everybody to experience motion. Like when you got motion in penitentiary, it feels good because everybody needs you. They want that what you have. Everybody gonna want something, man, from what you got, man. And like when you got the la especially, man, like it's like everybody's calling you. So like I was happy to see that from bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was happy to see him getting it on track. I was happy to see him getting on track, man. And for real, when he saw me, he was like, yo, Weezy, like my homeboy in one building was trying to spend like $80. He had $80 he was trying to send $80 on Western Union. So he had told me to holler at Light. So I go put it together. I go holler at Light. Light was like, yeah, he can do it. So I holler at bro, and he just was like, man, for real, Weezy, man. He was like, man, this junk feel good. He was like, man, look at my cell. So I'm at his door. So I ain't inside, but I'm at his door. He's like, look at my cell. I'm like, yeah. He was like, I was like, you look out for Sean? He was like, man, forget Sean, man. I ain't think about Sean, man. Sean better keep doing what he did. Sean better keep doing what he told. I'm like, man, go ahead, man. He was like, nah, bro, like, I ain't trying to hear that, man. He was like, man, for real though, man. Like, man, look, man, ain't nobody getting in the way of how I'm getting this money. He was like, man, like, this is the first time, man. He was like, yo, listen, I'm trying to keep getting this money. That's why I'm trying to keep doing it, man. So I'm like, man, like, for real. I was like, Sean, he was like, he don't know how to hustle. He said, man, I gave him a bag of food, man. He was like, man, but other than that, he don't know how to hustle, bro. He ain't gonna be able to sell nothing to nobody. Nobody gonna pay him. So he was like, he don't need nothing like that. So I just looked out for him. So I'm like, all right. So he get the junk together that he's supposed to be sending to my homeboy the $80 junk. So he put it together. He's like, here, go right here, bro. I was like, all right. He was like, here, bro. I was like, what's this? He said, 2 feezies. He said, man, appreciate you bringing that play. I said, man, no question, man. I said, man, I'm happy to see you winning, man. Despite all the madness, I was like, bro, I'm happy to see you winning, man. He was like, man, appreciate it, Weezy, man. He was like, man, for real, man. He like for real, bro. I like getting money though. I ain't never had the position. I ain't never been in a predicament to be able to get the money. You know what I mean? So he like, man, for real, bro. He was like, jump crazy, man. He was like, man, I can't wait the next week. So I'm like, oh, y'all striking again next week? He was like, yeah, what you mean? I'm trying to strike every week. Weezy, what you mean? I'm trying to strike every week. So I'm like, bro, like, you gotta be careful every week on Sussex too, bro. He was like, nah, like, we just gonna keep running them until he get tore off. I said, well, when he get tore off, he said, I'm gonna still have his sister. No, I'm gonna still be able to holler at his sister if he ain't around. I don't care about him, Weezy, man. I don't care about him, man. The best thing he could have brought to the table was his sis. So I'm just hearing bro talk like, I'm like, man, penitentiary is wild, man. Penitentiary is dangerous, man. I advise y'all to never come, so boom. Y'all see what going on in penitentiary? This is the stuff that going on in penitentiary, man. I look over at Sean. Sean don't look like he got the motion. Sean looking like he ain't even part of the red team no more, man. I felt like when he like he wanted to buck on not bringing the package, that kind of turned all the red team members against him. Like the red team wasn't rocking with him like that no more. Now he was with them, but they wasn't rocking with him like that. And I knew that kind of was getting to him. You'll see Sean, he just sitting on the bench, not the tables around the part, like the benches that's in the back, like behind the tables. He just sitting on the bench, like he got his foot on the joint in front of him. He just sitting there looking stupid. The red team over here kicking it in his face. You know what I mean? He ain't got nothing to say. He just looking angry. He just looking angry, man. So it's about Wednesday. My roommate, he came in and said, he was like, man, Weezy, look, man. He was like, look, man, I'm about to pack my stuff up, bro. I said, pack your stuff up? He was like, yeah. He was like, cuz I'm rolling with bro. I said, rolling with who? He was like, man, I'm rolling with Sean. I said, rolling with Sean about what, man? He was like, man, he ain't trying to go back over there this weekend and do that shit, Weezy, man. He said that junk was hard and he ain't trying to do it no more, bro. He said, man, he gonna get caught. He ain't trying to do it. So I'm like, man, so like, what, he about to go to the hole? He was like, nah. He said, we gonna fight. I said, man, come on, man. Y'all don't do that, man. I said, man, look, don't do it like that, man. He was like, man, look, man. I done told my homies, man, they told me don't get into this, but I don't care, bro, because I rock with him, bro, and I don't want to see him, know what I mean, make the wrong. I said, bro, listen, I understand you trying to save him, bro. I said, but it's not going to be a good look for you, bro. I said, because one, I'm not getting into that, man. I don't got nothing to do with it. He's like, no, all I'm asking you to do is just make sure my stuff get packed and everything gets sent to the property like it's supposed to. I'm trusting you. I said, oh, I don't want your stuff. I said, I got you. I said, you ain't got to worry about that, bro. I got you. You know what I mean? So he was like, I can count. He gonna tell bro, he ain't going over there. So I'm like, this is not gonna be good, man. This can't be good. But nevertheless, this is about to happen, y'all. So boom, count clear, they pop out the doors. We all come out. Everybody step out, walk out. You know what I mean? Looked at Sean. Sean was like in the middle of the parlor, like he was getting his thoughts together. I looked at my roommate. He come down with his sneakers on. He had his stuff like he was worried a little bit. He was like, come down the steps. He looking around. He trying to see what's going on. He's trying to see how Sean will carry it first. But I see him walk up with him like he kind of got Sean back. So he like right there. I'm like, Sean, like he got Sean back. Like, I'm right here. Yeah, I'm right here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm right here. What's up? I'm right here. What y'all gonna do? I'm right here. That's what he's saying in his head. Like, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? But he ain't saying it out loud, but he looking like he will. That's what it's looking like. So the red team start coming out. They don't know what's going on. They're not even rocking with Sean like that no more. But for the most part, Light is gonna be the first one to find out what's going on. So Sean waited for Light to finally come out. They close the doors. Bloosh, bloosh. They close all the doors. Do, 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 do. All the doors closed. Light stepped out. Light stepped out. He seen Light. He walked up to Light. He was like, I couldn't hear what he was saying, but I guess he said, man, I'm not going over to do that. As soon as he said that, Light tried to reach out and grab him. He snatched away from Light. Light was like, man, come here. Come here, homie. Come here. Light walking up on him. Everybody looking. He like this. He backing up. He like, I'm not going, man. I'm not going, man. He's like, I'm not making my sister do that no more, man. Light was like, man, come here. Come here. So somehow they just lead, like he boxing them in. And Light kind of like boxing him in all the way to like cell 12, like back by the window. So he get back there. I'm like, why he walk back by the dead end? So he walked back there by the dead end. So he back like by the back window. So he back there. Like what you say? Say what you say again? He was like, I'm not, bah! Like smacked the taste out of his mouth, y'all. So boom. Everybody was like, oh my God. Bah! Sean was like, when I say that, you see the red team popping up, then you just see my roommate. He come like, he was like on the side, like he looking like, I'm like, bro, if you in it, get in it, bro. He was like, he kind of looking behind him like he trying to see Sean through the crowd. He like, so like, what you say? You ain't gonna do what? Say it one more time. Say it again. Say it again. Sean was like, why you want to keep jeopardizing my sister? If you like her like that, why you want to keep Light was like, man, shut up. He grabbed me. He's like, bro, who you talking to? And I couldn't hear no more what he was saying because Light had him by the neck. Light was like, who you talking to? He looked back. He was like, yo, get your cell open, homie. He said, get your cell open, homie. He looked back. I see his red team. Remember, they looking at my roommate like, yo, what's up? What you got something to do with this? What's up? What you want to be a part of this or something? He was like, I'm saying no, like, I ain't gonna let y'all just do whatever y'all want to him. So it's like 2 on 6. You know what I mean? He like, I ain't gonna let y'all do whatever you want to him. Dude got the cell 10 open. Yeah, push, cell 10 open. He was like, all right, look, go in the cell then. Go in the cell then. What's up? You don't want to be homie no more? You don't want to be homie no more, Sean? Go in the cell then. Sean was like, no, I want out. I want out. He was like, man, go in the cell. Sean was like, no, I ain't going in there. He's like, man, go in the cell. You want out? Sean said, if I go in the cell and take this whooping, I'm going to be out. Yeah, Light was like, yeah, you going to be out, homie. Yeah, go in the cell. My roommate was like, I'm going in with him. I'm going in with him because I'm tired of y'all. They was like, all right, just go in the cell. My cellie and Sean went in the cell. They go in the cell. And that junk man was quiet at first. You just hear a couple of words like they talking. The next thing you know, you just hear. So I'm trying to look. I'm like, the police definitely can't see it because it's all the way down to the left of the police. So the lady can't see like in a cell, like on the left too crazy unless it's close. Them farther back junk she can't see. She can see in front of her and them cells is right there at the top. And then some at that way she can see, but she can't see to her left. So she can't even see what's going on. And all you hear is then that junk rumbling. I look, man, I look at Sean, they got Sean balled up. Sean balled up on the ground. And that's all you see is Light and his homeboy. They just boom, they kicking him in his back. He beating up his face and nothing. They just kicking him in his back. I look over at my roommate, one red team member on top of my roommate, boom, getting him the business. It's another dude just punching him in the stomach, boom. Another dude kicking him. They just beating my roommate down. And I'm looking at my roommate like, bro, what are you doing getting into this, man? This was crazy right here. Sometimes you gotta mind your business and let people be adults, man, because the wrong thing can have you late, y'all. So boom, this was going on right here. So they punish him. Man, they punish my roommate and Sean, man. That's my word. They punish him, man. They punish him. So my roommate, so Light was like, man, get up, Sean. Get up. Sean got up. Sean ain't nothing wrong with Sean's face. He looked at Sean. He was like, smacked Sean back in his head. Sean was like, he's like, get out. Get out the cell, man. Get out the cell. He pushed Sean out the cell. He's like, go back to your cell, man. Go back to your cell. The door closed, all you heard was. They just start beating my cellie down some more. So I'm like, so they in that joint for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I say, Light, come on, man. That's enough, bro. That's enough, bro. He was like, no, Weezy. He ain't had nothing to do with this. He ain't had nothing to do. I said, man, that's enough, bro. Come on, bro. He was like, all right, y'all, come on, man. I looked, my son was punished. I was like, oh my God. I wanted to go in there and be like, yo, help him. But there wasn't nothing I could do. He was pummeled. He was done. He's going to the hole. Like, it's definitely going to happen. So I'm like, man, they're drunk crazy, man. So they punish him. They punish him, man. Like, I'm in the cell dolo. They about to lock down. Like, I couldn't go get him. He couldn't get up. He was knocked out. He was beat up. He was hurt. Man, my word, man. They finally locked the doors. And he trapped in dude's cell. Dude threw him out. So now he's sitting in front of cell 10. Man, my word. They come lock down. They seen him, man. They blew it, man. That's my word. They called master police over there. Police come over there. They get him. What happened to him? What happened to him? What's going on? This before the cameras and everything. What happened to him? What happened to him? Ain't nobody saying nothing. They lock us down. They lock us down. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this joke crazy, man. So we was locked down for 2 days. Dude didn't snitch. They came through and checked, and everybody got away. Everybody got away who they came through and checked. So they never found out who beat him up. My roommate didn't tell anything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, this joke crazy. So they had us on lockdown for like 2 days. So now it's like Thursday. You know what I mean? So we finally come out. And looked like that junk kind of snapped Sean back into being homie again, man. Being to who he really wanted to be, man. Because as soon as Sean came out, Sean was like, yo, hey, yo, homie. He threw the sign up. I ain't seen him do that junk in a minute. He threw the junk up. It was like, you know what I mean? Everybody ain't see each other in a few days. Everybody coming out. I seen Light finally come out. Light came out like, I mean, like, get on the phone, make sure everything's straight. You know what I mean? They go get on the phone, make sure everything's straight. They on the phone, put it together. You know what I mean? Get off the phone, Sean back there as normal self. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Doing the handshake game. Sean doing everything. That's words. So Sean back to being normal. Like back to feeling good because he about to get round 2 or get into this paper. You know what I mean? So that's all they waiting for now is the V-Room game. All they waiting for is the weekend to roll around, but he can go again. My word, weekend roll around. I'm feeling good because I'm like, for real, after all of that madness that went on, it ain't no Lala in the pod. It ain't no Lala to be found. So I'm like, I hope they do get some more Lala. I was like, some Lala need to happen, man. Like, I'm glad Sean snapped back in his senses because he wanted to be this. This is all his fault what's going on, by the way, because he wanted to be this. So I was happy that this was about to happen, that he's going to the V-Room. So we chill for a little bit. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, you hear Sean name. They call him a VI. Sean get dressed. He come out. I look at the red team member. Everybody happy. Light went and hopped in the shower. I told you when that sack about to come, people get happy, man. People get happy like crazy, man. Like it feels good when you about to get that package game, you know what I mean? So Sean was gone. Sean was gone for a little minute. So Sean usually will be back before count. But he didn't come back before count, you know what I mean? So after count come, still no Sean. So we ain't say nothing. They let us out after count. You know what I mean? So we come out after count. I see Light looking around like, bro, he ain't back yet. Like, nah, he ain't come back yet. So everybody just waiting. So we see another dude come from the VI. We like, yo, Sean in there. Like, yeah, Sean's still in there. He's still having a visit. Like, man, that's a long visit. You know what I mean? So chill for a little bit more. You know what I mean? Chill for a little bit more. Next thing you know, you hear, stand by for lunch. So Sean still ain't back yet. We go to lunch. We come back from lunch. Still no Sean. As soon as the red team members came back, they went straight and looked in the cell. Still no Sean. He like, you still in the visible, homie? So they just waiting. I heard Light telling dudes, look, catch me this afternoon. I'm going to holler at you. We going to put it together. Everything straight. Man, I promise you, man, like soon as lunch was finished from the building and all us was in that jump, all you heard was, you look. They came from the back door. You looked up. They was coming up the steps from the front door, about to hit our front slider. They came from the bottom tier back door. Man, this is my word, man. It was police. The police came from the top tier. On the bottom tier was the investigator. It was the investigators, man. I promise you, man. White dude come in. Word, he come in the joint. He goes straight to bro cell. You know, bro in cell 20. Light sleep in cell 20. He goes straight to Light cell. He go to Light cell. Light, he call Light to the joint. You know what I mean? Light in the shower. Word, he waited for him to get out the shower. Everybody in the joint. They didn't tell us the lockdown yet. They act like they did a round on the top tier, but I think they were just looking for the red team. So they do the round. So I guess he saw the Light was in the shower. He like, he walked by. He was like, hey, the investigator waiting on you at your cell. He was like, Light was like, what are they waiting on me for? Because I know he's seen all them police coming in from the shower. Like, what are you waiting on me for? Like, you gonna see? You know what I mean? So next thing you know, they gonna hit bro cell. They went and hit cell 6. They hit Sean's cell. So they had that jump. So Light get out the shower finally. So as soon as he get out, the investigator was like, come on. He was like, lock down. I knew it was coming. We had to lock down. So we locked down. We all in the cell looking at it through the door. My word, they get Light cell there. They just tearing it down. They tearing it down. They leave Light cell. They go to his other red team member cell. They tearing it down. They got all these dudes sitting out in the pod. The dudes that beat up Sean and my roommate and then Light. So it's like 5 dudes sitting out in the park, 6 dudes. They all roommates sitting out in the park. So they all in the park. The investigator was like, well, look, since ain't nobody gonna be a man about who put their hands on that guy the other night, all y'all going down for investigation. And by the way, he looked at Light. He said, by the way, Mr. Light. He said, yeah, he called him his real name. He said, by the way, Mr. Light. He said, we got you on a phone call putting that play together you was doing this weekend. He said, yeah, we was going to do you the first time, but, we wanted to build it up to get the case a little bit more higher. He said, but we got you on. He said, and you got the guy they all beat up. He told us the rest of the stuff, so he helped us out, man. So go ahead and pack your stuff. Go ahead. Light was like, he's like, yeah, come on. You good? You going to be on an investigation and they going to ship you across the street to Sussex 1. Light was like, he was like, pack their stuff up. Word, man. They took all them dudes out. Man, they took all those dudes out of our apartment. Took them out. Took them dudes out. We was like, oh my God. I promise you, that junk was crazy. Man, that junk was crazy, man. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, yo, this junk, wow, man. Come to find out, man, they ran down on Sean at the visiting table. They said they ran down on Sean and his sister at the visiting table, man. So not only did Sean get towed off, my roommate told on his homeboy, which was Sean, which was crazy, man. So not only did Sean get towed off, man, his sister got towed off, man. His sister got towed off, man. They said they locked her up, put her in jail in Sussex County. She had to get out all the time. I don't know if she even got out. Don't get me to lie, man. But that whole jump was a major inconvenience on just the strength of her brother being an idiot, man. Like, it ain't that much trying to join the red team in the world, y'all. He was wilding out, man. You see what happens? This is the type of stuff that happens, man. So this junk was rare. This shit was wild how it ended. This junk was just wild, man. I felt bad, man. Like, I never seen Sean again. I never seen Light again. And I never seen my roommate again, man. Like, everybody just disappeared. I felt like my roommate knew that everybody knew he was the one that dropped the dime. I mean, the investigator basically said it anyway. You know what I mean? So I guess he felt like he couldn't come back on the compound, which was a good thing. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, Light was out of there, man. Sean got saved. And his sister got towed off, man. So, like, everything just turned out bad because I heard they ended up sending Sean. They sent Light and them across the street, but they said since Sean got caught with that package, they said they sent Sean to the mountains. So I can imagine how his bid was up there, man. Like, it probably got even worse, man. It probably got even worse, but that's what happens, man. If you mess your life up and come in penitentiary, man. It's just best to just stay out on the street, y'all. It's a crazy situation in there, man. And that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. I need y'all to stay out here, man. Our family needs us, man. How we gonna leave them, man, go to jail, man? Now we gonna have to depend on them to taking care of us, and we was the one taking care of them, man. We can't do that, man. That's selfish, man. So let's stay out here and just take care of our responsibilities, people. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was a bonus banger. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Like, share, subscribe, this one, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But be safe out there, people, and stay your ass out of the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.